Hello everyone, my name is Quadly and welcome to a video showing you everything you need to know about the resources regarding Railjack in Warframe. Some of the resources you will need a lot of, but some you will need a very little amount. Before we start, you should also know that you will need some resources from Railjack in non-Railjack related content, like guns and stuff like that, so yeah. This video will be split multiple times to show you which resource I am talking about. So for example, if you need titanium, you can skip right to it. This makes it a lot easier for me and you also, because yeah, who wants to listen about the resource he has a million of? Okay, let's first start with the resources you can get in Railjack or on the other normal star chart missions: Carbides, cubic diodes, Pustrels and Copernics. You will first need these to actually build your Railjack. While you're playing the normal star chart, you will get them from Eximus enemies, the special enemies, I guess. The Carbides will be dropped from Grenier Eximus units, cubic diodes from Corpus Eximus units, Pustrels from infested Eximus units, and for the last, Copernics from any Eximus unit on Lua. If you don't know what Eximus units are, they are a little bit different color and are quite a bit stronger, I guess, than the normal enemies. They drop the resources I just mentioned, but I warn you that if you have a Railjack, farm those resources in Railjack missions. You will get them in much higher amounts. So yeah, just destroy ships, destroy cruise ships, loot everything you can find on the map, and you're going to be bathing in these resources. You will also be able to get them at the end of the mission when you complete them, which is actually a nice way to get a huge amount. Those are the resources you can find anywhere, the normal star chart or the Railjack star chart, but there is also the resources that you can only find in Railjack. So before we start with those, let me just quickly tell you about the three groups I have for, well, where to find the loot. First one are the enemies. Pretty easy, kill them, pick up the loot. Second one are the orange asteroids, salvage crates and mines. Plus the third one, which are the special places, but more about that in a bit. The orange asteroids are present around almost everything. They most of the time contain titanium, Asterite and Null stones. They're easy to come by, but you will need a lot of them. Minefields are also easy to see because they are red and stand out. Same also goes for the salvage crates, which you can find around destroyed Grenier structures and space debris. So yeah, titanium, Asterite and Null stones are found in every Proxima. I did mention the special places before, which we're going to look at right now. There is a bunch of them. First one is the Grenier drone. Most of the time he has titanium and some resource you can get in low amounts that you will be able to get in big amounts in the next Proxima. Second one is Grenier satellite, which is this thing that just spins. I don't know what this is for, but it is sure better if it is destroyed. So that you will need to do. It most of the time yields super rare resources you can find in amounts of 1 and 2, so yeah, you know, super cool. Third one is the Grenier radiation container. Most of the time there is cubic diodes around it and some carbides maybe. Destroying it will yield titanium and some other asteroid materials. And the fourth one is the rich yellow spot, which I do not know how to name. It most of the time contains the loot you're only able to get in that sector in quite high amounts, so yeah, be sure to destroy that. That's all the special places I could find. There probably is a lot more, but they're not that good, I guess. They don't have the super rare resources and stuff like that. But now, let's go and see the resources you can find at Earth Proxima. Just to make things a little bit more clear, you should know that the cruise ships should be your main source of getting the rarer materials and resources. But the other ones, the not so rare that you can get in like amounts of 20 or even to 50 sometimes, should be by looting those satellites and the special places like the drones and stuff like that. Just clearing some things up. Okay, so the first ones are obviously titanium, asterite and null stones, which are obtainable in every Proxima, so I will not mention those anywhere else. Okay, the other resources you can find are the ISOS and Aucrux capacitators. I hope I got that right. While ISOS is usually dropped from fighters and cruise ships, but you can also find them in the special places I mentioned before, like Grenier drones, satellites, radiation container and so on. You can get ISOs around every single Proxima in the similar fashion of titanium, for example, so I'll not mention them anymore at this point as well. Aucrux capacitators are a bit rarer and you can only find them in amounts of 1 and 2. They're mostly found from destroyed cruise ships, Grineer satellites, and sometimes fighters drop them. Besides that, we're pretty much done with the Earth Proxima, so let's go to the next one, the Saturn Proxima. The new resources you can find here are the Gallos rods, Komms, and Kesslers. Gallos rods are very easy to come by, you could even have grabbed a few on Earth. They mostly come from enemies, but you can still find them in crates all around the map. They look like this, and yeah, they can be found on Earth as I said, but not that much. Komms on the other side are a lot rarer to find, but luckily you will not need that many. For me, they mostly dropped from cruise ships and Grineer satellites, so be sure to loot those. They're exclusive to Saturn Proxima, you cannot find them anywhere else. And for the last, the Kesslers can be found at the spots where the rare loot is, so the satellites, drones, radiation thingy and the yellow rich spot. Yeah, the spots where the rare loot is, but that's it. Let's continue to the Veil Proxima. Veil Proxima adds even more resources, the Bracoids, Trachons, Fresnels, and Anomaly shards. Trachons can be obtained from destroying enemies. There is no real good way to get them otherwise, but for some reason you will get a huge amount of them. Fresnels and Bracoids are found in rare locations again, the satellites, flying drones and yada yada yada. You know where to look, so yeah. Sometimes they do actually drop from cruise ships as well, so be sure to look at their remains. And now we will look at the second to last resource, the Anomaly shards. They can only be found in the Veil Proxima, even a specific node, which changes constantly. The node you're looking for is beeping with the sentient sign, so yeah, don't miss it. This node adds an additional objective to your mission, exploring an anomaly, in which you need to kill 20 sentients. When you do, you will get 1 anomaly shard. These anomaly shards can be spent at Fortuna at Little Duck in the back room. You can buy like captura scenes and 1 Emphara, which is, you know, not that useful. For all the resources I mentioned to this point, you can use the double resource booster for. I don't know if the double resource chance booster is good, but double resource booster is okay. But now let's go for the last one, the last resource, Dirac. Dirac is a resource you will need quite a lot of. It is used to upgrade the Railjack mods and the Railjack itself, so yeah, I will repeat myself, you will need a lot. You can get Dirac by smashing crates in Grineer and sentient space bases, such as Rocket Battery, Pulse Turbine and Galleons. You may also get it by the end of the mission, but the way you will get the most is by recycling blueprints you do not need. This way you will get a lot of it, and you will use a lot of it, and by the end, when you don't need anymore, you will still have a lot of it. And yeah, it's just insane. That is actually it with the resources around the Railjack system. What I think this will be is a part 1 video, since new Railjack Proximas will be available soon in the future, but we don't know when, so I just hope there's no more resources. Thank you for watching, I hope this video was helpful, I wish you a great play of Warframe and an RNG blessing. RNGesus refuses to give me. Have a nice day. Bye guys!